So the Caitlin Clark 3-point contest in the NBA is not happening. First time Caitlin Clark's going to be in the NBA or in the 3-point contest is going to be WNBA All-Star Weekend. But everyone's still expected to see Sabrina Ionescu versus Stephen Curry Part 2. But it seems like nope, we are not seeing Sabrina versus Steph Part 2 because, well, they're like, well, it's not going to be as good as last year, so we're just not doing it. So we all, like, obviously, if you guys haven't been living under a rock or have not watched any of the videos on this channel, this is not happening. The Sabrina Ionescu versus Stephen Curry 3-point contest is not happening. And Caitlin Clark, who obviously declined a couple of weeks ago, has said that, you know what, she's not participating. But for Stephen A. Smith, this is what he had to say about it.
I think these ladies are sending a message. And I think they're sending a message that the elevation of our product is our priority.
Yep.
And as a result of that, since we're gaining that traction, we're going to be fixated on growing that. Let the fellas handle their own business, okay? We appreciate the help they've given us along the way, but let them help themselves. And I love it because when those ladies go out on the court, they care. I'm hoping to see that this All-Star Weekend for the NBA. Just show that you care. Just show that you care.
Yeah, by the way, Sabrina didn't say she was disappointed. That was just me speaking for everybody else. I'm 100% in line with you. Look at these ratings. The 3-point contest.
And I mean, when it comes to Stephen A. Smith, I'm not going to lie. Like, I think the Caitlin Clark one is more like a why do I need to go to the NBA? I don't really want to do this, and I want to just elevate the W. As well as that, if Caitlin Clark goes to the NBA 3-point shootout and bombs, it kind of sours the WNBA one a little bit, I guess. And because Caitlin Clark hasn't done the WNBA 3-point contest, she might think, oh, it's a bad look, you know. Whereas, obviously, Sabrina Ionescu not only competed in the WNBA 3-point contest, she set like a near unbreakable record. Like she had a better 3-point contest performance than Craig Hodges, than Capono. I know the NBA record isn't them two, but they did it back in the original format of 5 shots from each spot and 1 money ball. Not 1 money ball racking and 2 3-point shots, or is it double pointers? I don't even know what. I actually don't even know what way what's what anymore in the 3-point contest. But Sabrina obviously had one where she just didn't miss. I think she made like 15, 16 shots in a row. She went like a full Hodges on it. But with Clark anyway, I think it's a mixture of that. Like she doesn't want it to be, oh, you missed the WNBA one, so you do the NBA one, or she also doesn't want to do an NBA one, struggle, and then it's like, oh, why is she even in the WNBA 3-point contest? Because if you look at her percentages, because of that high degree of difficulty shots she takes, maybe she's not. They don't think she's the best 3-point shooter. I don't think she is. Give me Caitlin McBride over Caitlin Clark from 3. I don't know. Blasphemy, but give me that. Give me her over Caitlin. Still though, let's listen to what Al Duncan has to say.
Contest with Steph and Sabrina, the numbers were up 31% from the 3-point contest the year before, 4.6 million. In the W on their Friday night where they do their 3-point contest, their numbers were up 142%, but that rating was 695,000. They are absolutely saying you are no longer going to loan our names out. Steph, if you want to battle me in a 3-point contest, how about you come show some love, something that you've always done in this space, and make sure that you help our product grow as well, as opposed to just continuing to see you get bigger numbers when you already have.
Go ahead, Wendy. Wendy, real quick.
The WNBA, the NBA needs WNBA stars more in All-Star Weekend than vice versa. WNBA All-Star Weekend was awesome last year.
And I also do want to make this a point that, like, a lot of people talking about how good the WNBA All-Star Weekend was last year. No one watched the Friday night. The Friday night was so bad. Like, I get it. Like, it was a 3-point contest and a skills challenge. Nothing else. And Alicia Gray won both. She won both of them. My predictions were so wrong. I think I predicted... Did I predict Marina Mabry to win? I predicted her to win the 3-point contest, and I predicted Kelsey Mitchell to go win the skills challenge. I was so wrong last year because I predicted Wheeler. And then Mitchell took her spot, and Mitchell was not great. But I would love to see something. I would love, like, I know it would be a shock, but I would love to see the layup contest Like, I would love to see what crazy stuff that these players could do for layups. But I think you still need, for a layup contest to be good, you probably need almost as much athleticism as a dunk contest. But like, I would love to even see them bring a third event, bring the Shooting Stars event in. If you don't know what the Shooting Stars event is, you can then go, maybe you find someone from college. Like, you make different teams where it's like, you get a legend, you get a current player, and you get, well, it was a female player back in the day, in the NBA one. Maybe you bring an NBA player. Maybe if you're Indiana, you could definitely convince Tyrese Halliburton to show up. You got Tamika Catchings, Caitlin Clark, Tyrese Halliburton, the three of them. If you're New York, you got, screw it, maybe, I think who from Liberty, would Becky Hammond come back and play, can shoot? Imagine Becky Hammond, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jalen Brunson, who again is another player I think would do it. Jalen Brunson, like, if you could do something like that, it would be cool. And with all the teams, like, you get 12 teams of this. They all do it once, and the final two go into the final round of, like, the shooting contest was like mid-range and some other shots, and it would be cool. It would be cool. I would love to see the Shooting Stars back, because the All-Star Saturday night in the women's needs to be more than just a 3-point contest and a skills challenge. Either way, look, I think Stephen A. Smith is right that they have the leverage. The superstars in the women's side have all the leverage, because unless your name is Stephen Curry or LeBron James, maybe, or Wemby. And my favorite thing about Wemby in the men's All-Star game is literally like, I'm trying. I don't care about everybody else. I'm going to be the one guy who tries. So, yeah, all in all, a pretty positive reaction to this not happening from the media, because an All-Star weekend is going to be so boring. It's going to be so boring. Like, I haven't watched the All-Star game in a while, in fairness. I remember when I used to do some work with playback, I tried to watch the All-Star game one year and I turned it off after one quarter and was like, I'm sorry, can't do this anymore. But yeah, so anyway, that is pretty much it for the season. Let me know again what you guys think. Well, not for the season, for the All-Star season, as far as WNBA and NBA combination. I reckon if Caitlin Clark wins, or if Sabrina wins and Caitlin second in the WNBA 3-point contest next year, it'll happen in the NBA next year with the two of them teaming up against the Splash Brothers. But I don't see it happening. I don't know how good a contest shooter Caitlin Clark's going to be, and I definitely do not think she's going to do well enough in a contest to win the whole thing. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.